So you're in the market shopping for a car. You don't want to go new because of the expense. You don't want to go used because you don't know exactly what you're getting. That is where TCUV fills in the gap, because the best new cars makes the best used cars, hands down. TCUV, Toyota certified used vehicles. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how a used Toyota becomes a certified pre-owned Toyota, along with the process and how you can benefit from all these amazing features you get when you buy a certified pre-owned Toyota. So stay right there. After the intro, I'm going to come right back and show you just how you can benefit from the best thing since sliced bread. So what is TCUV? TCUV, like I said, is Toyota's certified used vehicle market. And in order for a used Toyota to become a certified pre-owned Toyota, it has to go through two steps. First, it has to meet the requirements. Second, it has to go through the inspection process. The requirements, three main requirements that the vehicle must meet. First, it can't be no more than 6 model years old. That's how Toyota ensures the quality of the vehicle is kept up to standard, no more than 6 model years old. The second thing is you can't have more than 85,000 miles on the odometer. That is the limit. Anything more than that, and it's almost not worth it for it to become a TCUV vehicle. I'm not sure how they got to that number, but that is the number that Toyota puts on the mileage restrictions for a certified pre-owned Toyota. And the last thing is the car must have a clean Carfax. There can be no major damage on the vehicle, but there may be minor damage. If there is minor damage, there will be some deeper inspection done. The only time damage can show up on a Carfax is if the insurance company reports it, and if it's got minor damage, we'll talk to the customer and see exactly what that minor damage was. So if the car meets the requirements to become a TCUV vehicle, then it gets to go through the inspection process. The inspection process is very rigorous. The main thing is a 100-point inspection, but first, Toyota techs have to do a health check on the vehicle. They run a health check on the vehicle. It goes through all the service requirements for that car. It checks any recalls and any things that need to be done specifically for that model, for that year, that's not been recall associated, but should be done if this car is to become a certified Toyota. So the health check is number one. The recall check before the 100-point inspection or 160-point inspection can be initiated. The car must have any recalls on the vehicle taken care of so that it has a clean recall history. If a Toyota becomes a certified, if it gets that TCUV moniker and then a recall happens after, then that TCUV stamp is removed. Once the recall has been taken care of, then it can become a certified Toyota vehicle after that. So the recall check has to be done next. Next is the fun part. Next is the 160-point inspection. I've got the list right here. This is one that was done on a vehicle recently. The technician has to go through and verify that every single thing on this list has to be checked. There's mechanical certifications, everything from cold engine starts, transmissions, vehicle tracks, vehicle drive straights, heater operates, AC, everything. It covers everything that mechanically has to be correct on the vehicle. Then it comes for the frame, frame and unibody condition, panel alignment, make sure there's no excessive door gaps. Then it goes on to emissions. It's got to pass state emissions. Then you've got the underhood, drive belts, air filters, battery charging system, starter motor, engine oil and filter. It's a pretty extensive list. It's 160 points. And that comes all the way around to functional walkarounds. Make sure it just goes through the entire car, mechanically, the frame, all the aesthetics. And then you get into the interior with conditions of the seats, condition of the dashboard, the steering wheel, the buttons on the radio. It can't have the buttons can't be chipping away. You don't know what that button is, if it's for the heated seats or if it's for AM or FM. Those buttons have to be checked. So they have to go through this extensive list. I'm going to show you a picture of it right here so that you know that this is a vehicle that has been thoroughly inspected. There's also a hybrid component on this list too. The hybrid battery must be checked. The battery module should be checked. the power inverter coolant levels, make sure that the power mode button inside the vehicle works properly, excuse me. So the 160-point inspection is pretty thorough, and that's one of the main reasons why vehicles that do apply for TCUV might not necessarily make it. And during that 160-point inspection period, request approval, repair requests and approvals have to be brought up to the manager. Or if the tech sees something that the vehicle doesn't pass on the inspection list, he has the ability to go up to the used car manager and say, hey, Bob, this brake line on this car is pinched. Do you want me to fix it, or do you just want to replace it with something that's non-Toyota? Or maybe there's something else. Maybe the interior isn't up to snuff. The seats. Maybe there's cigarette smell that we can't completely get out. How hard do we as a dealership want to try and get that smell out? But if we don't get that smell out, can't be certified used Toyota. So that's something that we take into consideration. The amount of time, effort, and money put into making the vehicle certified with the chances of being able to sell that vehicle to a client. So repair requests and approvals is a very integral step, because not all vehicles that apply for TCUV get to become a TCUV vehicle. The next is the sign off. 3 people have to sign off on the vehicle. First is the tech that did the inspection. Second is the used car manager. And third is you, the customer. You, the customer, have the opportunity to go through the Carfax, go through the 160-point inspection, and then be able to make a decision, ask any questions about the inspection to the tech, to the manager, before you purchase the vehicle. And then you get to sign off saying that, I looked it over, I saw the inspection points, I went over and checked it on the vehicle, I'm okay with this vehicle being TCUV, and I want to buy it. So that is the process for a vehicle becoming a certified pre-owned Toyota. The next are the benefits. This is the best part about it. This is the dessert. This is just basically the meat and potatoes. So first thing you get is a warranty. If you buy a used car, you don't get a warranty unless that warranty has carried over from the new car, and most new car warranties only last about 3 years or a really low number of mileage, like 36,000 miles, depending on what that warranty covers. So you get a 12-month comprehensive warranty on the vehicle. Next, you get a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on that TCUV vehicle. We're really adamant on doing that because we feel strongly that the vehicle will hold up for whatever that difference in mileage is from when you bought it to that warranty state, because we did such a good job checking it with that 160-point inspection. So you do get that 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. You get a whole year of 24/7 roadside assistance. So, a tire goes flat, you run out of gas, maybe you get lost, the battery's dead, you need jumped. That 24/7 roadside assistance will cover you for a whole year, and that's a year. There's no mileage restrictions on that. For the first year of owning a TCUV vehicle, we got your back. The next is new car financing rates. This is very important for some customers. They don't have the cash to buy their vehicle outright. They want to get it financed, but through a traditional institution of getting a vehicle financed, you see that some of the interest rates are in the teens. You'll be able to deal with Toyota Financial Services, aka TFS, to get new car financing rates on your TCUV vehicle. Very, very advantageous for getting into a very gently used Toyota and getting new car rates. With the way the Fed's operating, new car rates are around 5% right now. It all depends on your credit score. A whole bunch of variables come into play when determining your rate, but you're eligible for new car rates when it does come to a TCUV vehicle. You do get vehicle service agreements with your TCUV vehicle. Vehicle service agreements, it covers things like if you're more than 150 miles away from your home, the car breaks down, you got to get a rental. The car's at a nearby dealership, you got to get a rental, you got to pay for lodging, you got to pay for food. Toyota's willing to reimburse $50 a day for your car rental and up to $100 a day for your lodging and your food. So that's another thing for the vehicle service agreements that extends out past your warranty. It'll be definitely something to get more detail about or research more about if it's something that you think is important to you if you do a lot of traveling, if you plan on using this TCUV vehicle to do some sightseeing across the country, talk to your used car manager or go online to Toyota Certified Used Vehicles to get more information about this one. Next is prepaid discount maintenance. This is very similar to leasing a vehicle. If you lease a vehicle, you can prepay for miles. If you go over your miles with the lease vehicle, it's 15 cents per mile. That's only if you're going to just turn a vehicle in. It's 10 cents per mile if you prepay, but I'm getting off track. With the prepaid discounted maintenance, you can prepay for your maintenance. So you know that you can prepay for your maintenance. If you bought the car in Kentucky, but you end up in California, the fact that you prepaid for that maintenance, that Toyota dealership will be able to honor that prepaid maintenance plan that you paid for because you will be in the system. And then you can get some discounted rates on oil changes, parts, batteries, tire rotations, air filters, things like that. You'll be able to get discounted rates on those items. And the next thing about the TCUV, which I think is one of the most important things, is you can only get it at a Toyota dealership. You can only get a certified pre-owned Toyota at a Toyota dealership. You can't go to CarMax and get a TCUV. You can't go to that used car lot down the street and get a Toyota certified used vehicle. You can only get it at a certified Toyota dealership. Only we have the authority to certify a Toyota to become a TCUV vehicle. And that is why it's so advantageous to you that if you're looking for a new car but just don't want to afford those new car payments, you don't really trust getting a used vehicle, and you want something in between, something that gives you some peace of mind with all these benefits, TCUV is the way to go. Like I said, the best new cars make the best used cars, and that is where Toyota Certified comes into play. So if this is something you're thinking about getting a car for Christmas, you're thinking about getting a car for, a child or maybe a loved one, don't want to get the used car rates, but you want to have a little peace of mind when you get that vehicle, TCUV is the way to go. Toyota Certified Used Vehicle. That's the video, just a quick overview of what TCUV is. I'm Amari. Amari sells Toyotas, and Amari also provides you information on the automotive industry, on Toyota, and ways that you can benefit from some of the awesome programs and some of the awesome features we have here as a company. So click the little subscribe button right here. It should be in this general vicinity. Subscribe. I'm going to be doing more videos. Toyota just announced a all-wheel drive Prius, so expect a video coming out on that pretty soon. If this is in the future, you've probably seen it, you've probably driven it, and you definitely love it. So expect more videos, expect more information. Subscribe and leave a comment below. I'm pretty active on YouTube. I will answer your questions if you do ask them. This is the video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a beautiful day.